Welcome to VOM, the virtual open mic. You're hearing the sounds of Chris Eric.
Subtle ending. We never really discussed how long you wanted it to go, so I'm like, it's a pretty, short and narrow quiver. There's not a lot there, but hi.
It sounded great, though. So,
Well, thanks.
thank you.
Effects
Thank
are
you,
fun.
Mr. Chris Eric. Wait a minute.
What?
You're not Jules Bland.
I am not Jules Bland. I am left-handed,
No.
and you've never seen us in the same room.
That's true.
But no.
Yeah. But you know what? This is VOM, the virtual open mic. We do this every Monday evening. My name is Rowan Corbett. That guy down there, that's Chris Eric.
I'm Chris Eric.
Playing the music. That's right, yeah. He was playing the intro music for you.
That was me.
And I'm, yet again, from an undisclosed location, secret bunker. So,
You are
yeah.
right, but we've never seen you in the same room.
You've seen Rowan and I in the same
really
room.
Good at pseudonyms.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Jules and I, as far as we know, have never been in the same room together. Certainly not since we became friends. I believe that if we had been in the same room, we would have met because every left-hander I've ever seen play, I've always gone up to because there just aren't that many of us. That is my story.
I guess that is like a really like very specific, like fraternal order.
It is. It's the constantly irritated, having to pay the lefty tax, and having to play like a crappy low end strat at every Guitar Center you go to.
Well, being right-handed, and like I had this, and having worked at guitar stores, I would tell people, okay, hey, look, if you haven't started playing at all and you're left-handed, just start right-handed. Play right-handed if you can.
I wish I could have. And I'm fake left-handed. I write right-handed. Although I throw a frisbee better left-handed.
Yeah. And see, actually, I'm in the same boat with archery. I'm left-eye dominant, which means I should shoot left-handed, but I don't. Because I didn't know how available left-handed bows would be. So I was like, you know what?
Do you keep both eyes open when you shoot?
Sometimes. So
that makes the difference. If you don't squint, which is not a really good way to learn to shoot, your vision naturally will go with the right eye. So
it would, except that I'm left eye dominant, so it will naturally go with the left eye.
Naturally go with the dominant eye, I should say.
And, unrelated, gentlemen, but I do want to mention, K-Said said hello. So hi,
hello, K-Said.
We have more Doctor Who to talk about because we're into the Matt Smith years, and they're way more fun than I remembered. And and Susan Schneider says hi.
Hey, Susie.
And also swooning delicious sounds and voices. Since we haven't played any songs yet, I guess she's just enjoying the voiceover. But we'll take it.
Well, there was you. You were playing.
I wasn't singing. I was just talking.
But you were playing.
I was playering. That was me playering.
That's true.
Yes.
So I suspect that Susie is in the audience because Roscoe Bino is threatening to play tonight. He's in the Zoom room.
Yes.
But we'll see if we can get him, if we can coax him in.
Yeah, here's hoping. I know
he's been having some issues with his sound, so we'll see if we can make it work. So yeah. So I guess I should,
can I ask
show
a question?
On the road or something.
Oh, there he is.
Yes.
Hey, Roscoe.
You in the
heard my name. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
We can indeed.
Do you hear reverb on this?
Yes, we do.
A little bit. You're a little quiet if you want to turn up a hair if you have that option.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, and I'll throw up the scope so we can tell if we got a good signal from you.
Can you hear the voice too?
We can, but I think if you can bring up the overall a little bit, I think that would do well.
I might be able to do that. The crazy part is running logic through all this. I just don't seem to have the, plus it's been a long time since I've done this. So, in fact, I'm even starting to talk like Steve now. See, I'm cranked up as high as I can get over here.
Okay. Well, there's one more thing you can do.
I can change the gain on both of these things and see what that's like.
Well, I wouldn't mess with your gain. I would say go into the audio settings on Zoom, and on your microphone, just bring up the level of the microphone in Zoom. I think that will serve you a little bit better.
So go into there, and there's the microphone, and can you still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Yes.
I don't know if anything happened there, but now do you go into that from the menu above the little microphone on the?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you go into the little microphone menu, and then go to audio settings, which should be at the bottom.
Oh, audio.
And then once you're in there, you should see speaker at top, and then microphone
it looks like it's
below that.
out.
Okay. All right. Make sure you have there should be a checkbox that says automatically adjust microphone volume, make sure that's unselected.
Okay, well, there you go. Does that make a difference?
All right. All right, go ahead and play a little bit and let's see.
Oh, I was a boy one time, a long time ago.
It's still a little quiet, but I think I might be able to boost you when your turn is up. So.
Fucking get it.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't, yeah.
Okay.
Without being able to like see your screen, it's hard to say.
Because it's coming through. Well, don't. I'll just keep messing around.
Righto.
Here. I'll raise my hand when I got something to go for.
All right.
Sounds good. Rowan, I was going to ask, I don't know which number VOM this is.
Oh, this is VOM 237 or 238 on the Julesian calendar. So.
See, I thought we were going to start counting backwards now, back down to 1. But at a really arbitrary one, like, let's just start at 236 and count backwards.
Well, that
Make
would
him
be
angrier and
confusing, wouldn't
angrier.
it?
I know. Answer's in the question, man. So, last question, sir. Last question.
Yes.
Would you mind playing us a couple of songs?
I would not mind in the slightest. So
Oh, great.
That would be my pleasure, sir. All right, let me just
You
do
are
one thing
spotlit.
here. Oh, excellent. Thank you.
And I'll just go find your banner and I'll stop talking about it. And there he is. It's Mr. Rowan Corbett.
Made your choice. Can say that I'd agree. We know what's best for you. Don't work so well for me. Do me a favor. If you think you can. Survive what you want long enough to make it worth it in the end. I was already fucked up long before I knew you. It's a credit to your kindness, tolerate me when you do. You only ever hurt me because you tell the truth. Got no time for pretense. Don't suffer fools. You've always been willing to go where I can. I think it's 'cause you're braver than me to some extent. This feels different, like the ice is finally cracked. But I'm the one who's sinking. There's no coming back. want you to fly. That's up over the way.
Nicely done, sir.
Thank you.
I should mention we have an addition. Mr. Matt Holson has entered.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Howdy, sir.
Sorry.
How are you doing?
I'm pretty good, thanks. Good evening.
Excellent.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And while you were playing, mid-song, in fact, I heard from your regular co-host, Jules Bland.
How's he doing?
Yeah, like Jules. Yeah. Sounded just like him.
Doesn't he have a gig tonight?
Yeah, he is at a gig tonight, out in the real world, playing in front of people. Mystifying. But he said he's going to try to call in either after his sound check or after he plays. So we may, in fact, hear from him on the VOM. I'm not going to break into somebody's set unless it's mine. If he calls during my set, I'll answer. 'Cause, you know.
Like mid-song, you just stop.
Oh, yeah. I may just hit the button but not stop playing, you know. I forgot to tell him that I did the intro tonight. Should have told him, but I didn't. That's the end of my
There's
story.
this great musician.
You don't
named
owe
Fire
him a
Dean.
damn thing.
There's this great musician who used to live around the D.C. area named Fire Dean. I believe he moved up to New York City.
I know that name.
Yeah. From back in the day. But he was at a show. I think we were playing a show with him at where was it? It was somewhere in Northern Virginia. Jam and Java, I believe it was actually.
I remember that place.
And like in the middle of his song, his dad called, and he answered the phone. It was pretty amusing.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. So he could do stuff like that. He's a character, that one.
You know, years ago I saw Bryn Terfel, the great baritone, at Constitution Hall, and somebody's cell phone rang in between two songs in a cycle. So there was like a 10-second pause and Bryn Terfel, and it rang like just once. And Bryn Terfel looked, and then things settled down, and then he said, "If it's my mother, I'm busy."
Nice. And there was one show where this was a viral video that I saw where someone had like a Nokia phone and it went off in the audience. You know, and they had that ringtone that was famous back then. Da 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 da. Well, the musician stopped and then played the ringtone back at them.
Wow, that's a good sport right there.
Also a good ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Rowan, since we've had another edition, I just want to make sure. So, Mr. Patton is next, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Looks like it. And my question is, are we doing 2 or 3 this evening?
Well, I'd say let's go ahead and do 2, just in case people show up, and then we'll come around and do a lightning round. So
I see. And perhaps a thunder round as well.
Yeah, we'll see.
How about a darkening round?
Smog. We need a smog
Quickening.
round. Smogging.
There can be only one.
Have you tried to watch any of that stuff recently? Any of the Highlander stuff?
Not recently. I think the first movie is probably the only one that is
You are correct.
rewatchable.
You are very correct, because we started watching them, and the first movie is a good time, is fun, amazing soundtrack, all of it. Soundtrack by Queen, great time, and but then the precipitous fall from the first movie, Like everything. It's just, oh, no, none of that stuff's true now. Now they're aliens. It's just fucking just so.
Yeah.
Is not. They're still making them, by the way. They made one
Yeah.
like a couple of years ago.
Well, you know what they say about Highlander. There should have been only one. So, all right. Let's get back to this show here real quick. All right. I think I've done this one recently, but I'm going to do it again because I can. Oh, here. Let me. I don't need this, but security blanket. You know how that is. Light shines back at me. Twisted with all the leaves. Take back all that I see. You're just biggest thief. Wisdom becomes my foe. Madness, end of all. Crafted, so beautiful. Whoa. See how my shadow grows. Queen of all has come. Vision has won. Way before the sun. Brightest ever the one. Behold, I am lethal and fair. Love me out despair.
You know, I like that song very much, despite you and Rob teaching it to me right before we did a live stream, and then saying, "Yeah, we're not going to play that." Why did you teach me the song? Gotcha.
Well, early on there, it was still a little fast and loose, and we hadn't quite gelled on it yet. So,
I see. So it wasn't just to
yeah, I think we were thinking about it, and then we were like, "It's probably a bad idea." So
I just got caught in the middle. Okay.
Well, I believe it's time for Steve. Sorry,
I know you don't you apologize. I enjoyed it.
What have you got for us,
As soon
Steve?
as I find a microphone here, I will.
Hey, Steve. Get you front and center. Oh.
We've done this song before.
Front and bloody
It's
center.
evolving, so I'm going to do it again. sweetest girl was always around every day on the old school ground. Hey, pretty girl, what's your name? Won't you let me join your game? Going down the road to see my pal, running down the road to see my gal. Misty Jane, oh tell me true, do you love me like I love you? I'll give to you a golden wedding ring, and every day your praises sing. I'll make for you a bed of mine and I'll lay it out in your wedding gown. Going down the road to see my pal, running down the road to see my gal. Misty Jane, oh tell me true, do you love me like I love you? I'll build you a house up yonder hill if you'll say you will. I'll plant the fields and clear the trees, raise a crop out of family. Going down the road to see my pal, running down the road to see my gal. Misty Jane, oh tell me true, do you love me like I love you? When we're old, our hair gone gray, we'll look back on our wedding day. We'll see our love will never end, and wish we could do it all again. Going down the road to see my pal, running down the road to see my gal. Misty Jane, oh tell me true, do you love me like I love you? Misty Jane, sweet Misty Jane, can you hear me call your name? Thank you.
Nicely played, sir. Nicely played.
Done. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So you seem like you're feeling a little more like yourself this week.
I'm a little bit more energetic than I've been.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot,
Right on.
a little bit. You know.
Some.
Every little bit counts, sir. Every little bit helps.
Yeah. I'm not really sure if it's the right thing to do. It's probably just the politics that's causing my problems with the blood pressure. Because sometimes I think it's a little low and I get spotty vision, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
And I checked the oxygen level be like 97, so it's like low a little bit. I'm trying to think what I want to do. Okay. Annie was just a girl dressed in ragged clothes, hair of red and eyes so blue, freckles on her nose. She talked of knights and castles and other fancy things, and said when she was queen, I would be her king. at you, Annie, dressed up like a queen, like that vision in my every childhood dream. Oh, tell me, Annie, darling, that you remember me, and let me have this dance, share your fantasy. And in our teenage years cast a spell on me, so caught up in her beauty, truth I could not see. That Eddie was a fox who lived but for the chase, and now the years have left their mark etched on in his face. Well, look at you, Annie, dressed up like a queen, like that vision in my every childhood dream. Well, tell me, Annie, darling, that you remember me. Now let me have this dance, share your fantasy. Annie dances around the floor, her face all aglow. Whom she dances with, only Annie knows. No one comes to call, save this one who left his heart shadows on the wall. Well, look at you, Annie, dressed up like a queen, like that vision in my every childhood dream. Well, tell me, Annie, darling, that you remember me. Let me have this dance, share your fantasy. Annie looks up puzzled, ask my name again. A dozen times I've told her, but I answer just a friend. That I take her in my arms and I kiss her troubled head. Before they stop the music, take her off to bed. Well, look at you, Annie, dressed up like a queen, like that vision in my every childhood dream. Oh, tell me, Annie, darling, that you remember me, and let me have this dance, share your fantasy.
Nice.
Oh,
Patton.
yeah, man. Thank you so much. You have been, you don't get enough credit for it, but you were here almost as much as I am. So, like, more consistent than anybody else. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
You're muted.
Somehow. Where are you? Okay, yes.
It's because I'm so confined. I can't drive at night anymore. So I'm locked up in my room, and so
Oh, no.
I get a little flaky. You know what I'm saying? If I don't go out and see people, and the people have to come to me. Now it's like that.
Can't you just sign up for a shoplifting tour or something?
Is that a thing?
It was once in one place that I heard about.
A shoplifting tour.
What do you...
Yeah, it was illicit. Somebody in a retirement
hell
home
you
just
say?
organized a group of ladies who just, they didn't need it. It was just, they needed some excitement.
America, what a country!
Yeah.
There's a Netflix series called the Green Glove Gang. It's something similar. They go out and do crime. These, people from
like you do.
assisted living center.
Oh, man.
Well, these ladies only went out shoplifting for the thrill. That's all.
Yeah.
So was it organized by a young person or another, like a
No, it was
bad egg
organized
their age?
by one of the residents.
That makes it so much better.
Yeah. Maybe a retired executive with too much energy.
When knitting just doesn't do it for you anymore.
Sometimes.
Or she had only recently been widowed and suddenly realized, hey, I can do stuff without this millstone around my neck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Says the newlywed.
Millard Stone. Well.
Now, what a way to introduce Chris.
You betcha.
Yeah,
I am not a newlywed.
He's not a millstone or an albatross. He's like our lucky rabbit's foot. I mean, if you look at his beard,
is that a
it's
song,
very much like
Pom?
a rabbit's foot.
I am an albatross wrapped in a millstone, wrapped in a burrito. I am all bad things to all bad people.
No, this is not true.
I think it's a Scottish comedian who I enjoyed, whose name I can't remember. It's not Billy Connolly, younger guy. And he had, he started, I enjoyed what I saw of him, but he opens his show, he comes out, puts his drink down, and he just turns around and goes, so who here thinks they're a good person? And I'm like, well, I'm out. And I turned it off because I know he's going to spend the next 20 minutes like, some involved thing of proving to people that they're not good. It's like, I already know. I don't need your help. I've got it sorted.
You know what they did to Socrates for doing that kind of shit?
Yeah, that's true.
What did they do to Socrates?
Allegedly.
They condemned him to death for being just a guy who kept proving to people that they were wrong.
Well, maybe if they hadn't named the method after him, maybe he would have been safer. I mean, it went better for him than it went for Lou Gehrig. Let's be honest, but still, ultimately the same outcome. See, don't need your help.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
All right, what do you got for us, man?
I'll play a new song and then an old song. I need a young priest and an old priest. All of these horses pushing different ways for what seemed like days. Shouldn't be so bad. Lucky to be had. All of these horses running away. What else to say? Everyone says it's never what you know, only where you go. Even if that's true, what the hell's it mean? Worst I've ever seen. Running away. What else to say? Isn't it funny?
Chris.
Thank you. That
Is it called All of These Horses, or is it
I just called it Horses.
Horses?
Yeah, I wrote that one. That one happened after I wrote the prompt song. I'm sitting down, I'm working on it. You ever be in the middle working on something and going, I don't really like this one very much. So after I finished it and dutifully demoed it because it was a prompt song, and we have a responsibility. I'm like, oh, I like that better, and then I ended up writing that one. So I got them both assembled in the same night.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good when that happens. I want to say Horses was number 40 for the year, so
Wow.
which is a big deal, except that I don't go anywhere or do anything, so it's not like my time is taken up by like shows or socializing or anything. I work on songs and twiddle, and family stuff and health issues and all that fun. So this song came up on Snows Call on Friday, which is a live stream I do with the person we're not sure isn't also me, Jules, but he's not here now. And I talked to him earlier, but I've never seen us together. And this song came up because Rebecca was on there, and she hadn't heard it. So then I played it. Let's see how it goes. There's nothing worse than knowing where you'll be. The food, the walls, the towels, the chairs, the sickly Christmas tree. It's somehow even worse when the only one I see is me. Another walk just like the one I did the other day. At least I think that's how it worked, I really couldn't say. It's hard to tell the difference when everything's this way. Okay. Nothing new to do, and nothing new to see. Hell, maybe other people, but being alone is purgatory. Locked down and loaded, that's me. I almost saw a person who may not have been there. At least I think I saw them in a shock of auburn hair. Though now that I consider it, it may have been a squirrel. Nothing new to do, and nothing new to see. Hell, maybe other people, but being alone is purgatory. Locked down and loaded, that's me. Now the pasta pot's been gasping with all those nosy trees, and I never noticed how the ceiling's always up till 3. But obviously it's alright, no one will ever see but me and the squirrel. Nothing new to do, and nothing new to see. Hell, maybe other people, but being alone is purgatory. Locked down and loaded, that's me. Locked down and loaded, that's me. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Hey, you remembered how it went, more or less. That's nice. Nice when you remember.
It's such a fabulous song, man.
Thanks. That would felt pretty good. That one, that was a prompt song. It was a terrible sense of safety, and I do believe your bandmate got like a really crazy, fierce song out of that one, and I can't remember which one it was. It's one of his like really angry songs, and I got Squirrel. So it really, you just never know which way things are going to go for you. I wish I could remember which one it was. It's one of his that I really like. Is it Bronk? It's not Bronk, is it?
No, it'll come to me.
Yeah.
I'm,
If only we had a way to
focusing too
contact
hard
him
right
and
now.
find out. But what we should be focusing on is our next performer, Mr. Matt Holson. Hello, Mr. Holson.
That is correct.
Good evening.
Right.
I just figured out what was going through my brain in that song you played.
Oh, okay.
Made me think of the of this riff. From Jesse's Girl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no.
can
I'm
see it.
sorry. I'm sorry to argue with
It's
you.
not
sir,
the
but
same. It's actually
Yeah,
split
that.
up.
Oh no, the
Right.
yeah. I was in a cover band for a couple of months. I call it the winter of my discontent because it was a really bad winter. Doing it wasn't that bad. It just turned out you can't be in bands with certain people. But yeah, you're right. It's not a million miles away from that at all, and that is an all-time riff. I have always. I'm not a big covers guy, but man, oh man, he's one of those guys who was too good-looking that he didn't get. Springfield didn't quite get the credit he deserved. Like he wrote some really good pop songs.
Didn't he go into acting in soaps?
He did both. Yeah. He
Okay.
he was on General Hospital, and then Jesse's Girl hit.
And he doesn't get credit for this. He had do you remember a vampire TV series called Forever Night?
I remember the name. Why was he involved in that?
Well, no, because he did a pilot for Nick Knight, which was the same. It was that same story, like 10 years prior.
Oh.
And the pilot didn't get picked up, and then they rebooted it and made it like darker and grittier. And they only had like one actor who actually was in both as the same character.
I will be back in 30 seconds.
He will be back in 30 seconds. I'll mention that Springfield was good enough of a musician, singer, and writer that people actually bought that he wanted Jesse's Girl and looked like Rick Springfield and couldn't get her. Like, that's a hell of a performer. Because
that's a good point.
Although, another fun fact, the solo on that song, not played by Springfield, played by Neil Girardo. I think that's how you say his name. Pat Benatar's husband.
Oh, interesting.
Although he's since learned to play it. He's a hell of a player and astonishingly well preserved. Like, there aren't very many 70-year-olds who rip their shirt off, and you're like, yeah, we're okay with this.
Wow.
But yeah.
I remember when a friend of mine dragged me to a Depeche Mode concert.
I'm so sorry.
And well, it was kind of, it was an odd situation, but the guy started taking off his shirt, and of course he was far and far away, but there was this big screen. I said, I'm not a fan, so I really don't have any say, but do you have to?
Yeah, put it back, man. Put it back. I'm sure all the Pale people were very happy.
Actually, the reason I went is that this is a friend of mine. We go to a lot of concerts together, and I took her to see a elite choral group, Eric, what's his name, touring group.
I'll never forget old Eric. What's his name?
Right. Anyways, it was one of the best choral groups in the world, and in the middle of doing Monteverdi and spirituals and everything, a guy came up to the mic and introduced and said he was a big fan of Depeche Mode, and they did whatever their big song was, Enjoy the Silence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they did a choral version of Enjoy the Silence, and she looked at me so damn smug.
I will say the Depeche Mode I like is not Depeche Mode because Vince, not Andy Bell from Erasure, the other guy, Vince, and I can't remember his last name, wrote that whole first album, like Just Can't Get Enough.
Right, yeah.
So all of that stuff, the super poppy stuff on the first album sounds like that because it's the guy who went on to have Erasure, with Andy Bell. So it sounds like that. And by the way, if you haven't heard it, ABBA-esque, their Erasure's ABBA cover EP is astounding. It's just so great. And I love ABBA with I don't like music ironically. I just love them for different reasons. And I still put Dancing Queen up as maybe the greatest pop song of all time. Laugh if you will, but man, oh man, that song still hits me.
And it was written by people who weren't really fluent in English.
No, and it's weird because the Swedish are better at English than we are. Like if you hear a native Swedish speaker who has learned English, they've learned English and learned how to speak it in a way that we cannot.
When I was in Sweden, I tried to speak a little Swedish,
and
while I was buying something, and the
that.
woman just looked at me and sort of shook her head and started speaking to me in English.
And again, better English than you speak, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was actually staying at the ABBA museum hotel.
Did you go to the museum?
I kind of poked my head in. Yeah.
Rob and Kristen went past it, and I'm like,
but he didn't inhale.
No, we were messaging when he was there, and I'm like, "You're in Sweden? Did you go to the ABBA museum?" And he's like, "No, I'm going to much cooler stuff than that." It's like I don't know how we're friends sometimes. I just, yeah. I have always loved them. God, Dancing Queen's so good. Some of their songs are hot garbage, but man, oh man, Dancing Queen. The 12-year-old agrees with me. We put it on in the car loud. It's great. But I'm sorry, Mr. Holson. Was that 30 seconds yet? Did you make it back?
Yes, I'm back. Thanks.
Great.
All right.
And another noted Swede came up last night because Dolph Lundgren from Rocky IV, or as Joylene calls it, Rocky Defeats Communism, is also Swedish, speaks 5 different languages. He has a master's in chemistry, I want to say. We looked him up last night. Brilliant guy. Just also happened to be enormous and in great shape and very, intimidating looking. So he's like, I could use this.
I remember reading about him in a Conan the Barbarian movie. And they talked about the fact that he was rationed as to how much water he could drink.
Oh, right. So he could stay cut. Yeah.
All the guys in the superhero movies go through that now. If only Jules was here. I bet he's tingling. I bet his nerd senses are tingling. But yeah, they go through that. Hugh Jackman is always talking about how, the week before shooting is the no fun one because you have to basically dehydrate yourself.
So nutty.
Yeah, it makes me thirsty just thinking about it. So, Matt, what are you going to play for us?
Yes, whet our appetites.
Here's a Halloween song. Got to do a Halloween song.
So not Jesse's Girl. Okay, I'll allow it.
Yeah. No, this is written by a friend of mine, Doug Skinner. And I think I've done his songs here before. Maybe even this one. But it was a long time ago. Or as they say, that's not true. And besides, it was a long time ago. Anyway, Doug was my stand partner in the DC Youth Orchestra in the cello section, and he went on to be a composition major at Oberlin, and I think he left Oberlin after only a couple of years to kind of make his own way. He's a pianist, and he worked as a musical director for Bill Irwin for many years, for like 3 different shows, and wrote music for his shows. And
I remember you
many,
talking
many,
about
many
this.
other things. Yeah.
I looked him up after you did him last time. Hell of a run.
Yeah. And anyway, somewhere in the 80s, this is one of the 1,000 or so things that he's put out. And it's called In Memoriam. Now that I am dead, they gather round the bed and say, he's passed away. They rifle my pockets and they divvy up their haul. I find it a bit of a shock, it's such a breach of protocol. They have a drink and chat, and someone takes his hat and puts it on my head for a gag. They prop me up for photographs and really have a load of laughs, and then it's time to put me in the bag. They drag me to the car through gravel, grit, and tar and bunk. me in the trunk. Our new destination is the funeral salon. I'd wanted a simple cremation, but my hopes of that are gone. Let's see. They stop along the route. A school is just let out. They'd like to try and make the kids scream. They make me walk like Dracula. The kids think I'm spectacular, but this does not improve my self-esteem. I did not expect this show of utter disrespect from friends and family. Custom still maintains that one should treat the last remains a bit less hamily. It's true, but there's not a lot that I can do. Painted and preserved, my lips bizarrely curved, I rest to be assessed. The suit that I'm wearing is a polyester plaid. It's somewhat in need of repairing, but I guess it's all they had. A preacher now begins to itemize my sins and trumpet his creationist views. Follow this debacle, well, the organ plays some pachelbel, and then they drop the coffin in the ooze. Dust onto dust, ash onto ash. Why can't they just show a little more panache?
Wow, I haven't heard that one before. That was great.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love it when you play that one. That's great.
I was not ready for that. That's a good thing, man.
Yeah,
oh, man.
he was wonderful writer. I guess he still is. You know, I gather his main work nowadays is like curios. He put out a whole book of traditions about music made by things other than people, like by fairies and by magic and stuff like that. He put out he has a whole lecture series on that.
Huh.
And yeah,
Things people get into.
he's also, by the way, an excellent ventriloquist.
Of course he is.
And at one point, and a fairly good, or used to be anyway, a pretty good cartoonist.
Huh.
So, as you say, he had quite a run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a hell of a thing. I'm a good bad ventriloquist. I can do this one. I can do this and talk like this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is I end up going crazy eyes with it. It's like, what the hell are you doing, man? Nothing? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
Mr. Holson, how are you?
Oh, that's right. That was only one
Yeah,
song.
You got to
Yeah.
do two.
Yeah.
That was a lot of song, though. You're not like that was. There were so many. Some of the almost
Yes.
rhymes in that were too much fun.
At one point, I thought, man, it sounds like he wrote the whole song just for that rhyme, but then that's only like the fifth occurrence of that feeling.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that was a good one. Those are the ones that make me angry at Jimmy Webb, because he wrote a book on songwriting, and
I have it, yeah.
Oh yeah, and he basically said that slant rhymes don't count, that everything has to be an exact rhyme. I'm like, no. It's like I think Randy Newman would beg to differ.
You know, I think people
It's funny.
who make rules like that they do it because, they want to feel superior. So.
Was this
Doug says that people...
Oh no, you go.
Doug said
You
that
go.
people listening to his stuff would say it sounded really old-fashioned because of all the straight rhymes. They said, man, it sounds like Gilbert and Sullivan. Can't you write something that sounds more contemporary, have some looser rhymes?
I felt like there were a couple of slanty rhymes in there, but I could be wrong. Like I was enjoying them very much, but I didn't write them down.
Well,
I'm
like
sorry.
Dracula and Spectacular.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was a near
that's
rhyme.
right. But but you're supposed to distort the second one,
Yeah. You're supposed to do whatever the hell you
Make
want to do.
me walk like Dracula. The kids think I'm spectacular.
Yeah. No, those are the things rhyme more or less for a reason. You know, like I have noticed the benefit of straight rhymes versus slant rhymes versus no rhyme whatsoever. Because if it doesn't rhyme at all, you notice it, which is irritating unless that was the point in the first place.
Yeah.
I have songs like that where it doesn't rhyme because, no, you don't get an easy resolution there. Sorry. Doesn't always work out that way.
Well, you know, that was actually one of the things that like caught me about some of Rob's first, like when I first started listening to Rob's music some 20 years ago. And a lot of his early stuff didn't rhyme at all.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah. But you didn't notice it. There was something that you would go, this is different. Mm-hmm. And then when you finally realize it, it's like, oh.
Well, the big example is America by Paul Simon. That doesn't rhyme at all.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But the meter is there. So it feels like you're being led along.
It's probable that rhyme and meter existed before written word was a way to just remember records. If you look at Homer, that's pretty much the case. And when it gets translated to English, the rhymes have to be kind of fed to it. They're not in the Greek.
So does that lead you into your next song, Matt? Or
yeah, that made me think of something. I guess I'll do it. This, unfortunately, is less accessible to the to the Spanish impaired, but it's got a neat rhyme scheme. And I'll speak. El cielo estaba nublado una noche de tormenta. Subí al cielo por mi cuenta en una nube sentado. So far, simple. San Pedro salió enojado y se paró en la tranquera. Y rascándose la pera, me dijo gaucho atrevido que ha visto cómo ha subido en una nube matrera. So it's got this interlocking, held off rhyming. And these guys improvise in this.
Before you play it, remind me again where you grew up and picked up Spanish.
I guess at age 5, my family went to Spain and we lived in Madrid for 6 years. Okay. Went to school. So basically, we were, my Spanish.
No, come back, Matt. Did we lose him?
Okay.
If he didn't want to talk about...
He's just frozen. He's just frozen. I'm sure he'll come back here.
So, while we're waiting, Rowan, who are we? What are we doing here? And how many times have we done it?
This is VOM, the virtual open mic. We do this every Monday evening. My name is Rowan Corbett, and we were hearing a story from Matt Holson. Sorry, you froze there, Matt.
You froze up on us, so we just reset the scene. You were telling us about your upbringing, that you went to Spain. Yeah, and that's where we lost you.
And then we moved to Chile for a couple of years.
Chile
I came
was
back
the one
to
I
the
couldn't
U.S.
remember.
at 13.
Yeah.
So basically, as I was learning to sing and play guitar, I was singing, Violeta Parra and stuff like that. The folk movement was big in Chile, with about 10 years after it was big in the U.S. El cielo estaba nublado, una noche de tormenta. Subí al cielo por mi cuenta en una nube sentado. San Pedro salió enojado y se paró en la tranquera. Y rascándose la pera me dijo gaucho atrevido, ya he visto cómo ha subido en una nube matrera. Me hizo pasar, y en un trono estaba el viejo querido. Dijo al verme bienvenido, seas cantor, te perdono, y poniendo el mismo tono, donde la bondad se encierra, me fue hablando de la guerra puesta por las ambiciones, y que andaba a los tirones por poner paz en la tierra. Canta, me dijo, canta, ya que hasta el cielo has llegado. Para eso yo te he dado talento y habilidad. y fue tal la calidad y la voz en el relato que después de oírme un rato me dijo el viejo sereno: te has portado como muy bueno, pero ahora cántame un gato. Me dio en el lomo un soplido y me brotaron alitas. Eran blancas chiquititas y de plumaje pulido. Baja ahora como hay venido. Me dijo: si es esto empeño, y pa' todo me dio el dueño del mundo la bendición. Y corto la relación, que no ha sido más que un sueño. I should have given the rough translation before I started. It's
Oh, well, that's okay. You can do that.
the guy says, on a cloudy night, I took a trip to heaven, and he gets and they say, there's a couple words that I don't even know there, a couple of slang words or country words, you know. And Peter says, I see you come up on a something, una nube matrera. I don't know what matrera means. He hasn't come in. He meets the old man, as he says, and he has him sing for him. And he enjoys the singing, and then he says, that's real good and everything. But now sing me a gato, which is I think, an up-tempo kind of jig-like dance. And then he blows on his back and wings come out and says, go down the way you came, and blesses him. And then he says, and I stopped the story then because it's nothing but a dream. And that's the end of the song.
Oh, I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like, is it like, oh, it's nothing but a dream, my time hasn't come yet? Or is it like, it's nothing but a dream, I'm definitely going to hell?
He doesn't give you a clue as to that, really. Actually, the last thing he says, y pa' todo medio el dueño del mundo la bendición. The dueño, the owner of the world, basically blessed me. Right?
Oh, okay.
And I stopped there because it's nothing but a dream. So he wouldn't offend anybody.
Oh, okay, I see.
I mean, he wrote that in like the 50s. It was any audience he'd have would have some fairly devout people in it.
Yeah, I can imagine. I know. Well, I believe...
I think we're up to the lightning round.
Yeah, that is true.
Wait. I'm sorry. Lightning round. Better? Better, worse, the same? Better, worse, the same?
It was good. It was great.
Thanks.
It was
it felt. You know
lovely.
what? It felt good.
Well, I guess that means that I'm up again.
Okay.
So, yeah. So.
Oh, wait a minute.
What's
there
that?
we go.
Oh, there you go. I don't have any fancy backgrounds or nothing. I'm just a simple folk musician.
I have a T-shirt. You can order VOM T-shirts still, I think. Can't you order VOM T-shirts still?
I think so.
Yeah.
Rob is taking care of all that, so.
Yeah. Well, then we'll ask Rob.
We need it. Yeah. So we'll find out. Let's see here.
I'm not telling you two to play long songs, but I got to run to do something and come back. So play long songs. Be back soon.
No worries. So after me will be Steve Patton. I'm going to do a cover song, actually. One of my favorite musicians of all time is a woman named Tori Amos. That is the wrong spotlit me. Pardon. Give me 1 second here. There we go. That's the one we want. Tori Amos. Just love her stuff. And when I first encountered her, it was with her second album. But this song is from her third. It's called Caught a Light Sneeze. days tumbling down. Didn't know our love was so small. Couldn't stand it at all. Mr. St. John, just bring yours. Spiraling more than the sails can be. I still got that bell dragging my clothes, yes. Hiding it where sister is staying. And I still got that bell dragging my clothes, yes. Bad days tumbling down. Didn't know my love was so small. Couldn't stand it out. Mr. St. John, just bring yours right on time. Closer and closer. Come on, please, no one here. Use that thing. Bet your body kids today, maybe she will. Said maybe she will. Oh, let's be dreaming, made my own pretty machine. Always on my left side, always on my right side, always in that middle, no one here. Always in that dresses, no one here. Big no from the girls, so big no from the girls, so buildings tumbling down. Didn't know my love was so small. Couldn't stand it out. Mr. St. John, just bring your son. Thanks, lads. Thank you so much. We may end up having, not just a lightning round, but a thunder round tonight. So get thinking about your next songs, maybe.
What became of Roscoe?
I don't know. He dropped off again. I'm not sure exactly when or how, but we might get him back. But he might have been having some issues with his sound stuff. So we do miss
What
having
I
him
miss?
when
What
we
happened?
can.
What I miss? What happened?
You missed the best song of the night, man. Rowan just, I mean, just
Damn
projected
it.
us into the clouds, man.
So inconsiderate,
Stole them
Rowan.
all.
Well,
Oh.
let's see here. Well, thank you all for coming and watching.
Yes.
Looks like we've lost Carrie.
Hmm.
Sadly, she said might be her internet. She's having some issues.
Well, we hope you
So,
make it back on.
Yeah.
Should you be able.
Righto. Let's see here. Next up we have Steve Patton.
I'm sorry.
You haven't? Oh,
Family
yes.
update. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Is it
Just so you know,
my internet or
Joylene and the younger child are watching Labyrinth. They were just about to. They were just about to the smell bad part.
Oh yeah.
internet problems?
That's a great film.
Just wanted to share that.
So,
I haven't watched it in
no.
ages, but the soundtrack comes up in shuffle every once in a while in the car.
Yes. I'm trying to remember. I think we watched that one with my daughter. So I like that one. All right. Steve, what have you got for us?
Oh, did he freeze up on us? I thought I
Oh.
heard him say something about his internet.
Oh, noes.
Is the internet just broken tonight, or?
Ian,
Oh wait, there he
you can
goes.
have-
Steve, come
yes.
back.
All right. Let's see
You're
here.
blurry,
We
but you're
got-
there.
There he goes.
Oh, there you
There
are.
you go. All right. You're muted though. Let's get your audio back there, sir. Almost there. Almost there.
We're so close.
All right. Can you hear us, Steve?
Yes, I can. Can you hear
There
me?
you
All
is.
right.
Right now?
We can.
Okay.
All right.
So, I expect that means that's my time. My time.
You are correct.
Yes.
Not that time. Just your time to shine.
Just because I like the minor chord sound. Must be I'm suffering from depression or something. I don't know what it is. Your wife is sickly, your children have moved on. You thought they'd be here when you're gone. You thought you'd be sitting on top of the world by now. Work your fingers to the bone and still somehow all you got is another day older. Same old load on your shoulder. Well, look at our brother, the sun going down. Don't let it catch you on shaky ground. Your house needs painting, your barn's in need of a roof. Your cow's gone dry, and that horse is spavin' hoof. He's plumb wore out and there's plowing it and done. Your flesh is a baking in the noonday sun. And all you got is another day older. Same old load on your shoulder. Yeah, look at our brother, the sun going down. Don't let it catch you on shaky ground. You keep praying to the heaven for your life to change, but it seems your God's out of hearing range. Look, yonder come a sheriff and a banker man. He's got foreclosure papers in his hand. And all you got is another day older. Same old load on your shoulder. Well, look at our brother, the sun going down. Don't let it catch you on another man's ground. You run for the house for to fetch your gun. Oh, Lordy, would you look what you've done? Your wife lies dead with a banker man, and it's there, but it's on your hand. And all you got is another day older. Same old load on your shoulder. Look at our brother, the sun went down and found you standing on no man's land.
Steve Patton, y'all.
Okay.
It's the slightly more macabre version of your death song. I like it. Right on. Let's see here. I regret to inform you, ladies and gentlemen, that it is time for Chris Eric.
I am so sorry. So truly, so sorry. So very sorry. I wasn't sure what to play, but now Now I guess I'll play this one. I hope you're happy with yourselves. I mean, I do hope you're happy with yourselves, but that's not related. So yeah. So it's my turn?
Yes, it is.
I thought I had the idea, or some idea at least, about the wheres and hows and whys, though maybe incomplete. But something somehow happened, and happened again and again. No matter how much I try, I know I can't pretend. Oh no, 'cause then they went and changed everything. All the things I knew looked different and threatening. Once a whirlwind only made me sing, but then they went and changed everything. So time remains undefeated. Turns out it's mean too, as if there's some great plan, and I'm the one who knew. You two try to keep up, and then fall back some more. It's exhausting, I hope no one is keeping score. Oh no, 'cause then they went and changed everything. All the things I want cost more than I thought to bring, and middle-aged invisibility sting. 'Cause then they went and changed everything. I thought if I pushed harder, then maybe things would stay. But all I did was make a mess, and now I have to pay. Pay with the time I don't have. Pay with whatever's left. Maybe it gets better, but I won't hold my breath. Oh no, 'cause then they went and changed everything. All the things I want cost more than I thought to bring. There it is. 'Cause then they went and changed everything. Thanks.
There we go.
Lightning
Nice
round,
play.
lightning round. Lightning round.
Yeah.
Lightning round. Matt Olson, lightning round. Lightning round, lightning round. Lightning round.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I spaced it.
Lightning round, lightning round. Lightning round. Lightning
So
round.
while Matt's getting ready there, I want to point out the fact that this is a remarkable age we live in. I mean, okay, the world is kind of a mess. I think we can all agree on that. But the fact that we're able to do this, like we've been doing this for 4 years now, like doing this whole, like, you know, like virtual open mic thing. Chris is in Erie, Pennsylvania.
I am.
And he's doing his thing over there. Like
I am.
Matt's in Baltimore. I'm usually in College Park, Maryland. I'm now in a hotel in North Carolina. But I'm still running this from my computer at home.
You are. That's you.
Yeah. Well, my computer, so that one over there, that's my computer at home, right there on the screen there. And
the pulsating
I'm running,
sphincter. Yes.
Yeah, yes, I'm running all of this back into my home setup on hotel Wi-Fi.
Goodness.
It's crazy the age we live in that we can do stuff like this.
We're reaching out the entire world from this stage.
We can reach the entire world. The entire world is not watching right now, but
And by the way, I am texting with Kosi in New York at this moment.
I know, right?
Moment.
She just left an open mic in New York.
See.
Oh, I got to play a song. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all you, man.
do. Fabulous
you.
job.
Lightning round.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I didn't do that one. I did the other one. Sad world. Has anybody seen the plan? Is anyone at the wheel? Sad world. The better you understand, the more alone you feel. So tell us a story with a start and an end, where the good guys win. Make sense of it so we can bear it again. Sad world, good lies get us through troubled times. You don't believe you can't survive. Sad world, good life. Sad world, everything's a shade of gray. Nothing's ever true enough. Sad world, didn't used to look that way. Maybe we just grew up, so give us this vision. It's Sunday true, red, white, and blue, and we'll cling to it like something to lose. Sad world, good life, get us through troubled times. You don't believe you can't survive. Sad world, good life, good life.
Now, is that a cover or is that a Holson?
That's mine.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
Yeah, I am. Well, I always like your songs, but I'm more surprised when you play covers. It's like, have you heard your songs? You don't have to play other people's songs. But that's just.
I don't have enough of mine.
I mean,
and if I play a cover, it's usually because I really like the song.
That's
I
totally
don't play
allowed.
things I don't like.
Nobody said you can't do it. I just.
Yeah.
Oh, Rowan, you're muted.
By
Yeah.
comparison to what some of us play, your songs sound like covers. You must be covering somebody famous, like, you know.
Wait a minute, that sounds like a real song.
Maybe
Are you sure you did that? Are you sure that was you? Come on. Come on. No, I it was meant as a compliment, just the things I say don't usually come out the right way.
Oh. So are we doing a thunder round, Rowan?
This appears to
Thunder
be a
round.
thunder round, yes.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Oh, and we
So-
got K-Said back.
Yes.
She said, I once moderated a Twitch stream from a hotel parking lot after evacuating for a fire, which I
Oh
think
my
wins.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty boss. That's pretty
That
boss.
is true dedication.
All right. Well, let's see here. What shall I do for you? Actually, I know what I'm going to do for you. So I wrote this not long after, like, when Rob and I first started hanging out and, like, going around to open mics in the DC area. And there was another guy that we were hanging out with named Adam Rugg. And he wrote this song about Icarus and Daedalus. And, you know, these guys like Rob and Adam were, like, just really inspiring to me, you know, because I've just been doing like folk music pretty much at that time. Just, you know, mostly Irish stuff. And I was really just finding my sea legs with writing modern stuff. So I sort of, like, I thought to myself, oh, what could I do? You know, what can I do that is sort of referential to their stuff? So, like, I tried to write a song that was also based on a Greek myth, like Adam's song, and then I tried to write it in a style that I thought was similar to Rob's, you know, in particular, you know, having very little rhyme in it. So this one's called The Minotaur. And actually, I didn't realize at the time because I wasn't as up on my Greek mythology, but the Minotaur and Icarus and Daedalus stories are intertwined. So. This is not ancient Greece. I am no oracle. I'm prone to the many faults and flaws of mankind. But our Father, He is no God. He is but flesh and bone. The flesh is weak, bones will break, just like courage and reason. As a boy, I prayed to be just like you. To earn your art, your honor and your courage, your resolve. shadow on the wall. Your words pursue me through a maze of cruel logic. Stirred by your lack of faith, confined by your resolve. You're just behind me now, and I've got nowhere left to run. You track my every movement. So you wanna be in my place, and I'll never tell you again. Volcano blows, ash falls till I rain. I still never be safe. Oh, I'll never be safe. Top left. Thanks, y'all. So,
I've been sitting here talking to myself, asking myself what I was going to do next. This is
Only you can answer that.
more than usual here. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with a prop song. I was 5, Sally was 4, when she moved in right next door. I fell in love at the very first sight, but that was the day of our first fight. All she wanted to do was play. I don't know why I chased her away. But she said, you'll be sorry you were ever mean to me. Yeah, you just wait, you wait and see. One fine day you're gonna want me back, and I'll make you sorry you ever said that. I was 10, Sally was 9, when I gave her a valentine. A homemade card with a silly rhyme, but she kissed me for the very first time. All she wanted to do was thank me. I don't know why I couldn't let it be. And she said, you'll be sorry you were ever mean to me. Yeah, you just wait, you wait and see. One fine day you're gonna want me back, and I'll be make you sorry you ever said that. A few years later, Sally moved away. She said she'd write me every day. I said I was glad she was leaving. Wouldn't be the one who's grieving. I was scared to be alone until the day when we'd be grown. And she said, you'll be sorry you ever been to me. Yeah, you just wait and see. One fine day you're gonna want me back, and I'll make you sorry you ever said that. Years went by, life took its course. I got married and then divorced. Then one night at the pirate stand, my childhood crush, Sally walked in. All she wanted was to see an old friend, but I fell in love all over again. And she said, aren't you sorry you've ever been to me? Yeah, you just wait and see. One fine day you're gonna want me back, and I'll make you sorry you ever said that. Thank you.
I was right there with you, Steve. I was like,
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll make you sorry you said it was one of my favorite prompts too, actually. Oh, you're muted.
oh yeah, you're muted out. Now I can't remember. Yeah, I remember really liking Joey's one of those.
I just like that prompt. That song came automatically the same night that we proposed it.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, and it just finished it the next day, but I didn't have an ending until the next day. So, but yeah, great prompt.
Yeah. So next month's prompt, if I may be so bold as to remind people, is unexpected guest.
Yes.
So take it and run with it as you will.
I have, if you look, oh, nope, that's the wrong one. I was going to say I was going to flash a piece of paper, but it doesn't matter. It's over there. I'm not doing it now. I'll do it next time. I'll do this instead. That was my seamless into this. You didn't ask me for hope, which is good, 'cause I'm bad at that. Of all the things that I could, that I can't, and this may fall flat. I can tell you the odds are the sun will rise. It's possible we belong, and we could do slightly better at getting it wrong. It's so bad, but it is, and I'm sorry about that. There isn't much of a bright side at all. It's kind of crap. I can tell you the chances are decent we'll live and continue to trundle along, and maybe do slightly better at getting it wrong. You didn't ask for this, but you're here, so here it is. We can complain all we want, and we will, and I think there's a quiz. So just remember the sun will rise and shine and set and on and on, and maybe we'll take our chances at getting it wrong. Thank you.
Thank you guys for continuing to do this with me. I really dig it.
Of course. Thanks for figuring out a way to do it when you're not even with your computer.
Yeah.
So, well, what have you got for us, Matt?
Yeah. What are you going to do to bring us on home? Do you have a long political screed?
I'm going to do
and a
my
lot of
new
looping
version.
and-
Pardon?
Oh, okay. Oh,
No.
I was making a Jules joke. Sorry.
No, I'm going to do nothing public sort of. This is Sand and Waves, except I used to do it in an A, and I've dropped it down to G, and it feels like a totally different song. This place is beautiful in winter, waves and sand and waves. I watch the birds and I forget her. Sand and waves, low tide. I walked along the bay, saw how the shore had changed. Sundown, I stood there shivering, threw in my wedding ring, sand and waves. I guess it's fair I've come to land here, waves and sand and waves. Each grain of sand washed down from somewhere, sand and waves. Mountains crumbling and settling over my wedding ring. These days feels like I'm sinking in. Gravity always wins, sand and waves. Back where I used to live, I hear that it's snowing. Here it's still clear, with a chill in the air. I had that note before, but now there's a quarter moon. She won't see it. Was I ever there? Was I ever there? Mountains crumbling over my wedding ring. These days feels like I'm sinking in. Gravity always wins. Sand and waves. Sand and waves.
That's how you do it.
Absolutely. Matt
Thank you,
Wilson.
Mr. Holson.
So I have trouble with those low notes sometimes, but generally it's more comfortable.
Another great song.
Plus, it's a lot easier on the left hand because you got, at least one open E minor where you can rest.
Now, is that a cover or is that a you?
That's mine.
See?
Yeah.
See?
What?
No, is your songs? They sound like you're, they're harking back to your song sounding like you're covering someone famous.
Yes. Yes, because
I
he
guess.
is
Well,
famous.
thank you. I mean,
He-
they
he's
sound like
very
those,
famous.
like real songs.
Yeah. Not the
You know,
fake
on the
bullshit
world
I
stage.
write. No, real songs like you.
Yes, real songs. That's what they are. They're real songs.
Oh,
So
my.
do you just not have the volume that you want for playing things? Or you
No,
just like
of
playing
ones
covers?
that I still play, I think there's 18 in all. Everything else I just don't play anymore, and haven't in many years.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. I don't like a song that's got even one big wart in it. And in those days, they all had at least one big wart.
So have you considered going back and rewriting anything?
Get out of my head.
No, I might go back for parts, but I'm never lacking for ideas. What I'm lacking for is discipline, or maybe motivation. I don't know which.
I know that one.
Yeah,
I don't. I mean, I wrote that last song because Heather Lloyd challenged me.
Yeah.
With what did she challenge you? Did she
Well,
just point in your face and
I
say
told her the
challenge?
story. I forget. This was at a three-dimensional open mic way back when.
I don't understand.
Place in Tacoma Park, and we were talking about something, and I told her the story that a couple years earlier, I'd thrown my wedding ring into the bay. I guess we were on the subject of bad relationships or something. And she looked and said, "Man, that's a song. You have got to write that song." This was right about the time she had a whole CD of songs that was all different challenges.
Yeah, she was big
Yeah.
on the challenge songs.
So
Yeah.
I considered that it was a challenge.
Nice. Well, I think you succeeded grandly.
Yeah, I don't touch older songs either. Anything I wrote for the band before we moved here, I don't play. Anything that I play has been written since I moved here in 2016.
I still occasionally play the very first song I ever remember writing. I wrote it when I was 14.
Eh.
I've done it a couple
I-
times on here.
I have
There's
one
one-
song that I wrote in my 20s that I still do.
Which one's that one?
Maybe I can.
Yes, I was in my 20s still when I wrote that one to my girlfriend that I'll do it on here occasionally. That's the only other one I think I do from way back.
Yeah, I think about half of my repertoire right now is from when I was in my 20s.
Really?
And then most of the stuff that I play now, I wrote in the last 4 years.
Hmm.
So since the pandemic, it's just been it's been so difficult, getting the time together. And actually, since I went back to work full time, I still haven't had as much time to write. So yeah.
Well, when I get, anything going, it's generally to write instrumentals.
Mm.
Do stuff in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do stuff in the box?
Yeah, I'm stuffing stuff into boxes,
Ah.
Here, can I play you guys something?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. This one, unfortunately, was a little over compressed, so it'll sound a little let's see, live album 6. This is from an album of production music called Paleo Classical. Huh. According to this, I don't have any working mixes. All I have is archive mixes.
Oh.
Oh, hold on. I think I have if it's in archive, then it probably has something wrong with it. But I know exactly where to find it.
And what are you doing this on, like a particular software?
Well, yeah, this is one big orchestral sample library called Museo.
Okay.
It has its own interface, and it's made by Cinesamples. And they're like a high-end, and this is their cheap version. So instead of paying like $4,000 or $5,000 for every library, you get sort of light versions of all their libraries for a subscription. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, that's right. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in the wrong.
Can't find it?
No, I'm on the wrong level. I don't. My file system is not all that great.
Oh, it's all good.
Okay,
So
here it
you
is.
have?
Here
You
it
found
is.
it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Let's hear.
Oh, let me make sure it's not going to blow us out.
And good night, everybody.
That's not too high, is it?
No, that's good.
Whoops. Okay, let me stop. This is from a sort of series of paleoclassical emotives, as they're called, and they're sort of production music.
You need to bring the sun out behind you.
So much portent.
It sounds like the sun came out from the storm.
That's so cool, man.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
And it's like there's so many like strange progressions in there too. I really dig that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like all the depth in it.
I felt like Burt Lancaster and some girl should be making out on a beach somewhere as the tide comes in. Because again, I like to keep my references current.
In the middle of the
We can't hear you, Matt.
Yeah, we can't hear you talking.
Not sure what's going on there.
Oh, how about now?
Yes, yeah, we got
I was
you.
one button short.
So close. Now, one button short. Now, there's a prompt for you. Well, I don't want to tell you folks what to do with the rest of your evening, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to take off.
Yeah, we should say good
Me
night.
as well.
Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah.
Rowan.
Yeah, as
Thank
always,
you
Rowan.
guys. And thank you all for tuning in. We will be back next week, again, from an undisclosed location.
With a prompt. At least one
With a
prompt song.
No.
No? Wait,
Is
no?
it? Oh,
Yeah,
wait, it
I
is
think-
prompt night. You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Uh-huh.
You're right. And the prompt is unexpected guest. So.
Olson, consider yourself challenged. Grr. Or don't do it. Whatever makes you happy. It's your call.
Right. Well, thank you for tuning in, everybody. We love to see you, but for now, reach out, grab someone by the face, and squeeze. Oh, and have a lovely evening. We'll see you later, guys.